Who God is.
Yes, Lord.
Who God is. That's something that you are. Who God is. Is who He always will be.
Yes, Jesus.
Who God is.
Jesus, Jesus.
Who God is.
Jesus.
It's the same today, yesterday, and
Thank you,
forever.
Lord. Thank you, God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you. Oh, I bless God.
Jesus.
I bless God for being who He is. For being who He is. And to know that's who He always will be. That God will never change. The God that I serve will never change. I don't have to worry about Him doing something different. Because who He is who He always will be. I thank God for allowing me to stand before His people and share what's on my heart, what He has given me. I thank God for our shepherds, for Pastor Rob and Pastor Katrina, for loving God, following God, trusting God, and continuing to pour out God into us. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that they lead by example. Before I get into the word, I want to share a couple of things with you. Something I want you to think about. Something I want to challenge you with. Whenever you come into a place and only engage your lips and not your heart, you leave the same.
Wow.
Help us.
Thank you, Lord.
The second thing I want to share is water your seed with a request. Whenever you hear something, don't just allow it to be dormant. Water the seed. What am I saying? For example, I just said, when you come into a place and not engage your heart, you leave the same. So ask God to help you to water, to engage your heart whenever you come into a place. Even if the word that you hear on today, you feel like it's not for you, but if you have asked God to help you to engage your heart, you're going to get something. You're going to get something, and you won't leave the same. You're wasting your time whenever you come into the house of the Lord, and you leave the same way as you when you came in. You're wasting your time. Because the presence of the Lord is in the house. And so if His presence is here and your heart is engaged, you should leave here feeling different.
Amen.
If you was heavy, you ought to feel a little lighter. If you felt good, you should feel even better. better.
Yes.
Ask God to help you to engage your heart so that you can hear what he's saying to you. Because God will speak even just a word just for you when your heart is engaged.
Yes, God.
And I don't know about you, but anytime I come into the house of the Lord, and especially Peace of Faith Worship Center, I come with expectation. I don't care who's standing up here. I come with expectation. Why? Because I know if nothing else, the presence of the Lord is going to be in this place. So I'm expecting to hear a word. I'm expecting God to do something in my heart. Something that will cause me to feel a little different. So water your seed with the request. Engage your hearts. Amen. Amen. Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, we thank you for who you are. We thank you for who you always will be. God, we thank you for having a place to come and worship. We thank you, oh God, for being God in our lives. Now, God, we ask that you would bless this word, that you would prepare the hearts and the ears of those that are here to receive. God, have your way in this place, oh God. Let me get out of the way, God, and you be the way, God. Speak to your people on today. In Jesus' name, amen. I have a little to share with you. Not a whole lot, so I won't be up here before you long. I want to give you what the Lord gave me and take my seat. The title of this message is Settled Yet Destined for Greater. Settled yet destined for greater. Okay, that sounds good. What does that mean? It means that you're comfortable, that you become complacent, that there's no urgency to do anything different, yet God is calling you to something greater. He's calling you to something more. So often we are settled, yet we're destined for greater. And it's easy to become settled. Proverbs 13 and 12 says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. Jesus. Job situations, struggling relationships, health issues, all of those things can cause us to feel a little discouraged. To lose hope, to feel like nothing is going to change. So we unintentionally become comfortable where we are. We become settled. We have no urgency to do anything different or to do anything more because of what we're going through. But God says you're destined for greater. He said he has more for you, more to do. Sometimes we are settled in our ways, yet we're destined for greater purposes. Go with me to Matthew 4. Sir, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't know your name. Tim. You have become comfortable in some things. You've been in a place of comfort for a while. God is about to unsettle your spirit because you are destined for greater. You're destined to do more than what you're doing. God wants to use you in ways that you probably didn't even think that God could. God is calling you to him. So if you begin to feel uncomfortable in certain things more than you have before, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you are destined for greater. You are destined. That means it's guaranteed. That means it's certain that greater is coming. That God is going to use you in ways that you have not thought of before. So you will begin to feel uncomfortable. You will begin to feel unsettled. And your wife may even be able to feel like something's off or something different is happening. It's because God is unsettling him. My God. You're too comfortable. And it's time for a change. Settled yet destined for greater. Let's go to Matthew 4. Matthew 4, starting at verse 18. And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. Then he said to them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. They immediately left their nets and followed him. Jesus. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, in the boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. boat and their father and followed him. Verse 23. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sickness and kinds of diseases among the people. Then his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments, and those who were demon-possessed, epileptics and paralytics, and he healed them. Great multitudes followed him from Galilee and from the Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and beyond the Jordan. They were settled, yet destined for great. Let's dissect this a little bit. Let's go back to verse 18. It says Jesus was walking along the Sea of Galilee. It's an ordinary day. Just an ordinary day. Sometimes in what seems like an ordinary day, God will unsettle us. He will call us to do things that we didn't want to do. Some years ago, I was at work, and I was on my way to someone else's desk to talk to them about some work stuff. And as I was going to this person's desk, I walked past the cube of the person sitting next to them and looked in just because I was being nosy. And God spoke to me something about this woman's husband. And I thought it was kind of odd, interesting, but I went on and I talked to the person that I had actually gone to see. And after I finished the conversation, my spirit was stirred up, and I could feel God telling me to say something to the lady. So I'm like, okay. I walked past, getting ready to head back to my desk. She was not there. So I'm like, she's not in her desk. So I just take my little self on back down to my desk. Because I'm thinking, okay, right, makes sense. I'm at work anyway. She's not at her desk, and I don't know the lady. We just don't sit back down. So I get back to my desk, and at the time I was writing code, and I'm trying to program this code. I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate. And I had to tell y'all, you really need to concentrate. I couldn't. My spirit was so stirred up because God was telling me to do something. But see, I had rationalized. She was not in her desk. I'm at work. I do not know her. Sure, God. You didn't want me to say anything to her, God. Okay, so I get on, back up. I'm going back, walking to this lady's desk, talking to myself, in fear of feeling like this lady is going to think I'm crazy. What are you talking about? You don't know me. And you don't know nothing about my husband. What are you saying? So I go back, and guess what? She was at her desk. So I go in, I introduce myself to her. I tell her what the Lord had told me regarding her husband. And she looked at me for a minute, and I was like, oh, she's about to go off. She was about to go off. And she didn't. Instead, she was in awe because she said she had been praying for him regarding this matter. And I immediately felt relieved that I got it off of me, but I also felt bad that I wasn't trying to do what God was telling me to do. See, God would unsettle you to get you to follow him. I couldn't do my work. I couldn't do my job because God was telling me to do something else. And I had decided, I had rationalized all kind of reasons why I shouldn't and couldn't. But because I was not doing what God was leading me to do, I was unsettled. I was unsettled in my spirit. I've since then learned a little bit not to rationalize so much. I'm still working and I'm still growing in that area. But I've learned 2 weeks ago, I was getting ready for class. And in the morning, as I was getting ready for class, I was praying. And God began to speak to me about something about somebody in my class. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be right this time. I got to be like, I'm going to be right. So I get to class. And, everybody getting situated. And I'm like, God, first of all, I don't understand. Why? I don't understand. What are you saying? What you talking about? This don't make sense. I don't know. It's like, again, I'm rationalizing in my mind. But I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to do it. And so I get to class, and I'm like, we really don't have time. Class is so intense. We don't have time. When we do have to break, everybody trying to give them something to drink and try to figure out what this professor's talking about. So I figured we wouldn't have time. So we get to class, and I do see people. I see her, but of course she's getting her food graduated. I didn't say anything. I was sitting in class. I'm listening to the instructor, and I can start to feel it rising up in my spirit. And as soon as the professor says, we're getting ready to take a 10-minute break, God said now. So I knew better. The last time I couldn't do my work, I was like, I need to pay attention to this class, and I don't know what this man talking about, and if I don't pay attention, I'm really going to be lost. So I decided, okay, as soon as he said that, I got up, I went and I grabbed the lady's hand, and I was like, excuse me, can I share something with you real quick? And I pulled her outside, and I began to share with her what the Lord had said. And she just started crying. She started crying so hard that when another guy came out of class, he was like, are you all okay? And she was like, yes, we're fine. I just can't believe how awesome God is. She knew that I had no idea what she was struggling with in her personal life. And for me to do that, so what am I saying? That Psalm 84:12 says, blessed those who trust in the Lord. Yeah. Don't allow the presence, the need to understand to distract you from the presence of God. Yeah. Don't allow your need to understand. I was allowing my need to understand some things to distract me from the presence of God on my job and the presence of God in class. And I'm thinking because I'm at work that this is what I need to do. God said, no, I'm with you all the time. And so we have to be aware of God's presence. Meaning God will use us wherever we are. If God is with you, God can use you right there. It doesn't matter if you're on your job. It doesn't matter if you're in class. It doesn't matter if you're in the grocery store. God will unsettle you. But don't allow your need to understand to distract you from his presence. See, I'm thinking because I'm in class, I just need to be focused on class. But what I've come to realize is when you don't follow God, when you don't do what the Lord is telling you to do, you don't have any rest. You can't focus. You become unsettled. And so that means do what he tells you to do. Or I'm learning to do it a little bit quicker. Move a little bit faster. Why? Because there's so many things that need to be done. I can't get to the next thing until I do this thing. So don't try to understand it. Don't try to understand it, because then you miss his presence. You don't realize it's so much bigger, the fact that God is right there with you. This is God leading you and telling you to do things. And so when you realize the presence of God is with you everywhere you go, oh my gosh, it gives you so much peace. But sometimes because we don't realize his presence is with us, we don't have any rest and peace in the things that we're doing. Not realizing that God is right here with me. The presence of the Lord is around me.
That's right.
He got this, so I got this. So, something else. In verse 19, it said, then he said to them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. In verse 20, they immediately left their nets and followed him. This should serve as an example to us. They didn't ask any questions. They didn't do like me and say, well, God, I need to get back to my desk to finish my work. Well, God, you know what? Let me do this tomorrow. God, not right now. I'm too busy. I'll do it short. They didn't ask any questions. Any questions. They immediately is what my Bible says. Do y'all know what immediately means? Soon as he said, follow me, they dropped everything and got up. They dropped everything and got up. I laughed when it said in verse 22, and immediately they left the boat and their father. And their father. They was like, oh, I gotta go. I realize who's calling me. Nothing else matters. I gotta go right now. Somebody greater is calling me. They immediately left. Oh, I thank God. I praise God. Immediately. We have to learn to immediately follow him.
Yes. Jesus. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And when the disciples decided to follow Jesus, it changed the direction of their lives.
Yes.
It changed the direction of their lives.
Yes.
When you make up your mind and you decide to follow Jesus, when you decide that truly you are destined for greater, you know that, you realize that, it will change the direction of your life. And if you read about a disciple, to truly be called a disciple of Christ, you're doing something different. You're standing apart. You're standing out. You're set apart. And truly, as men and women of God, we should be set apart.
Yeah, that's right.
We should be doing something different.
Right.
So I want to ask you, what next do you need to leave in order to follow Jesus? What next? What next do you need to leave? What obstacles? What material attachments? What comfort zones have wounded themselves to you so tightly that you can't follow Jesus? What comfort zone?
Wow.
Where are you comfortable at? That it's so comfortable you don't want to do anything different. And we know it's just like when you move into a house, you get comfortable. You get settled in. You don't feel the need to do anything different. You don't pack your boxes. You ain't trying to look for another house. You're not trying to do anything different. Why? Because you're comfortable. Who would? Everybody likes to be comfortable. I know I do. See, but when you're in Christ, He don't allow you to be comfortable too long. He don't allow you to be comfortable too long.
All right. Jesus.
What comfort zones have rooted themselves around you so tightly that you're not following Christ wholeheartedly? We need Jesus. We need Christ. We want to get to a point where we're following Jesus and not the crowd. See, don't follow the crowd. Because when you follow the crowd, you can't hear His voice. When you follow the crowd, you can't hear His voice. So don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. Follow Jesus. So think about what's going on around me. What is it that I need to let go? What is it that I need to do different? What next, truly, do I need to just leave alone? I need to walk away from. Immediately, when you think about, go back to the scripture, they left everything. I need to think that I'm leaving my father. You know how we love our parents, we love our kids, we want to be attached to them. But when you decide I'm just going to leave them, oh, I got to go. Why? Because Jesus is calling me. Nothing else is more important. Nothing else is more important. I have to just leave what I'm dealing with right here behind. Because I'm destined for something great. Am I comfortable? Am I too comfortable where I am? I know I'm good for that. I'm good for being comfortable. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to do nothing more. I'm good. I'm very, very good. Jesus, and the great thing about it, Jesus don't even ask us to leave everything behind. He don't. He don't even ask us to leave everything behind. All He wants us to do is follow Him in our daily walk. That's all He's asking. But yet, it's hard for us to do that. It's hard for us to do that. We're not consistent and disciplined enough. And let me just show you something about being consistent. Consistency, it helps you to keep going. Amen. Discipline, it helps you keep growing. So we want to be consistent and we want to be disciplined. We need to be consistent in Christ. We need to be consistent in Christ. See, if you really want to grow, you want more of Him, so often we come into the house of the Lord. So often. But yet, we're not doing anything different. We have a need here in Peace of Faith Worship Center. We have a usher board sign back there. We only have one name on it. We're so comfortable that we're not doing anything different. We're not doing anything different. When you're destined for greater, you have to be able to move out of your comfort zone. Move in the midst of a storm. Move in the midst of a trial. Move in the midst of what you're dealing with and still say, I want to do something for the Lord. I want to do something great. I'm called. I'm destined for greater. So it doesn't matter what I'm dealing with right now because I'm destined for greater. I don't want to be settled. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable in what I'm dealing with right now. I don't want to be comfortable where I am. That's not a good place to be. There are things to do in the house of the Lord that none of us here at Peace of Faith Worship Center, we should be comfortable. We don't want to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, that means you're not doing enough. If you're comfortable, that means you're not doing enough. That means that there's more to do. There's more to do. If you're destined for greater, that means you're going to be uncomfortable. God was revealing to me, Pastor Katrina, that the reason why you're unsettled is because of the greatness that's upon your life. Because then you are called to greater things. So you all very often will not be settled in your spirit. That's a great thing. And I thank God. I know it's a lot for you, but you're leading us by example. Because you're never content spiritually. You're never content. And that's how we need to be. We can't be content. When we're content, we don't grow. You're leading us by example. And I praise God for that. not doing anything different. And I praise God for that. Jasmine, I started, I believe is your name. I think it's a Jasmine name that's on that I saw on the usher board list. Because you have decided that you want to work in the kingdom. Because you decided that you want to do something besides just come and sit and just hear the word. That you actually want to do more. God says he's going to do more for you.
Yes.
He's going to do more for you. You struggled in some things for a while. And guess what? You're going to start to see things settle out. You're going to start to see things settle out. Because you made up your mind. You made a decision when you signed that paper that I want to do more for God.
Yes.
I want to do more for Jesus.
Yes.
You're destined for greater. So even though you have things going on, you chose to still move.
Yes.
To still do something. That says that, yes, I'm not comfortable where I am. I'm not comfortable with what's going on in my life. But because I love Jesus, I want to do more. So God's going to do more for you. So you expect God to do that. As you continue to serve him, as you continue to decide that I'm going to live my life for Christ, expect him to do more.
Amen.
Expect him to do more. Walk in expectation every day. Every day, God, I expect you to do something. A miracle, a sign, or a wonder. God, I expect you to do something in my life. I expect you to do something just for me. Don't get comfortable.
Jesus.
We are settled. Yeah, we are destined for greater. And we can't reach our greatness being comfortable. You can't. Now, it doesn't feel good to be unsettled. It doesn't feel good to be uncomfortable. But truly, if you want more of God, if you want to get to a point where you feel like you're walking in greater, do more. Do more. There are things, many, many things that can be done in the house of the Lord. There are many things that can be done in the kingdom of God. I challenge you to ask God, what's my move? How do I get to my greater? What do I need to do? God, help me to engage my heart. God, let no seed, let nothing I hear be dormant. God, show me how to do this. God, I want greater. I don't want to be settled. I don't want to be settled. I don't want to be comfortable. Something else I want you all to realize in verse 19, he called them fishermen. He spoke to them in terms that they recognized. He began developing them. When you are destined for greater, God will begin to develop you. We need to be developed. God sees us in places we have to grow to. We are destined for greater. We may be here, but God sees us there. So he begins to develop us. And in order to pull you to him, he began to speak to you in terms that you recognize. And when I was looking at this, I thought about Pastor Rob. How Pastor Rob in the natural is a teacher. But guess what? He's also a teacher in the spirit realm. So it's not like God gonna try to make you be something different than what you are.
Right.
He will take you how you are in the world, and he will take you and use you in the kingdom for his glory.
That's right.
We feel like Pastor Rob the best teacher in the church. Well, that is what he is born to do. That's what he's anointed to do. That's what he's called to do. He is a prime example of God developing us, taking what we're doing in the natural over into the spirit realm, into another level. Into another level. If I try to do half the things that Pastor Rob did, y'all might tell me to sit down. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. Because he's anointed to do that. So allow God to develop you. And he'll speak to you right where you are. Right where you are. He's going to use terms that you recognize. So the way he speaks to one, he won't speak to the other. The way you hear him may not be the way somebody else hear him. Because he wants you to recognize who he is. Yes. He told them, come on, I'm going to teach you how to be fishers of men. They can relate. Why? Because they were fishing. Yes. Sit down, man, in their own business, thinking life is great. This is what we do. I love to do this. This is relaxing. But God said, now it's time to get up and work. Yeah. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to go to work. Piece of faith, now it's time to go to work. We should not have any need or any lack in the church. Whenever there's a need, whenever there's help to be done, Elder Jefferson should not have a problem finding somebody to do it.
Amen. Amen.
And if you feel like, okay, I don't want to usher, but what can I take turns praying? What can I do? How can I be used in the place that I call home? How can I be used in the place that I call home? was stretching me. And they said that God had reminded them of the sermon I preached, built to outlast a storm. And said that God was telling me that I was like the palm tree, where I said a palm tree bends, but it don't break. And I said, well, right now I feel like I'm doing the back bend. And it surely does not feel, but I've not done that since high school. I'm sharing that to say that you are built to outlast anything that you're going through right now. You're built to outlast any storm that's in your life. I'm not the only palm tree. I'm not the only palm tree. Have you ever seen a palm tree by itself? I like to believe that every person that's sitting up in here is a palm tree. You will bend. You may bend further than what you want to bend, but you won't break. You will not break. You will not break. Why? Because God is right there with you. He is right there with you. That's why, going back to Psalm 84 and 17, blessed are those who trust in him. If you can trust God, if you can trust God that he's with you, that he's going to keep you, that he will carry you, that no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, that he's right there. His word says that he will perfect everything concerning you. So you will bend, but you will not break. Trust him. Be consistent. Ask God to help you to be consistent. Ask God to help you to be disciplined so that you can keep going and that you can keep growing. And that last verses 23 to 25, he took them on a journey. He took them on a journey, leading by example, teaching, preaching, and healing.
Yes, God.
Teaching, preaching, and healing. Don't follow the crowd because you're destined for greater. I thank God when we have leaders to lead by example. Leaders that lead by example. Leaders that lead by example. That no matter what's going on, they still here to preach the word.
Amen.
Pastor Katrina knows that I have a lot going on right now. A lot. My plate is just, it's really, really, really full. And sometimes being full and being overwhelmed don't necessarily mean it has to be a bad thing. Good things can be overwhelming too. And it is. And of course she gave me a way out. And she was like, okay, I understand if you can or whatever. However, I'm called to preach the gospel.
Amen.
That's my first and foremost thing. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And when I lost my daughter, I told God, if I'm not being about the Father's business, what am I here for? So I can be in school, I can be going to work, I can do whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm called to preach the gospel. But not only that, I thought about Pastor Rob. Pastor Rob travels. He's with all his kids' games. He's doing this. Pastor Rob will come back off the road at midnight, get up in the morning and preach. Amen. Now, if my leaders can do it, and even though I know that's their responsibility, how much more? They're leading by example. So they're saying to me that it can be done. They're saying to me that it can be done. But there's no reason why you can't do what God has called you to do just because your plate is full.
Help us.
We are destined for greater. And they have constantly showed us that. I couldn't do anything different. So when I leave for you, I'll go back studying and finishing up my family. But I got to be about the Father's business first. It doesn't matter what you have going on. You have to get to a point where you trust God with everything. It does not matter what you have going on in your life. What's more important to you? What next are you going to leave behind? What are you going to do in order to get out of that comfort zone? So that you realize that no matter if your plate is overfull, that you're still going to do what the Lord has called you to do.
Yes, Lord.
That you will not be slow. That you will not give up. That you will not rationalize because you don't want to do it or because you're uncomfortable. But to do it anyway. I want to leave you with this last thing. There are people assigned to you who act out of character to shape your character. There are people assigned to you who act out of to shape your character. You are destined for greater. You will have some times and some moments where you are uncomfortable. You will have some times and some moments where you are unsettled. But because of what you're called to, what God is calling you out of, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. So when that person who irritates you, who acts out of character, I know what's going on, God. I see you. I see you. You working in the God. You're trying to do something with me. I see you. I recognize God. This is all about me. You're trying to shape me. You're trying to make me a better me. You're trying to make me greater in you. Because God, you said that I was settled, but yet I'm destined for greater. Okay, God, I can do this. I can do this. And you stand before, and you let them not cause you to be moved out of your character. Don't allow them to change who you are. But instead, God, I want to be like Peter and Andrew and those brothers who left their father in the boat. God, I want to be like them. As soon as you say come, that I go. That I don't rationalize, I don't ask any questions, I don't think twice. God, you showed me what to do. You've led by example. I have leaders that lead by example. God, help me to follow. Help me to follow you and not the crowd. Let